I stepped in some dog.
Alright, new batteries for Melle, take 2. I feel like a very bad parent now. Melle, what's this?
A unicorn.
He got 6-9 days ago and he asked for batteries all week for his new beautiful model train. And we didn't get him any. Today's the day, new batteries for Melle. So let's gift wrap him to make it something special after all. You know, this whole thing with the train and the batteries made me think. It made me think, how happy did I make my kid? How happy did I make him with half a present? How much value did I provide him with? And this leads us straight into the Lean vocabulary, this notion of value. In Lean you'd be speaking about customer value, the most fundamental basic Lean principle. You might say, customer value, isn't that obvious? Isn't that obvious that there's some importance in customer value? And of course you're right. You're right. And at the same time, I often experience that customer value, its importance is overlooked in the respect that customer value can serve as an excellent anchor point for 2 things. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it. First, price. Second, almost there. Improvement. A very good anchor point for price and improvement. First one, price. In traditional accounting, price is something like you have a cost, you add a margin, and then you get a price. But when you think about this, it's actually quite ridiculous. This would mean that I could come up with the craziest idea or product, I invest some money or time, I add a margin because I have to pay for my mortgage and my kids.
Yeah, okay.
And I can charge you according to that. And you pay for that, obviously, whether you want it or not. It's the other way around, isn't it? It's if a customer values what you deliver, you pay. And not the other way around, because I want you to pay.
No.
That's really... Okay, that's the price issue. Before we head on to the improvement part, let's come up with a definition. Let's come up with a definition for customer value. Generally, in Lean thinking, the definition for customer value is everything a customer is willing to pay for. And I like to tweak this just a little bit with one small word. Everything a customer is happy to pay for. This makes the distinction very clear. Let's try this next example. When you go to the doctor, generally there's a waiting room. Are you willing to pay for the waiting room? You are paying for it, obviously. Well, you understand there's a waiting room, there's waiting, but are you happy to pay for it? No. Okay, now imagine a hospital. You go there as a patient, then you're kind of a customer. Are you happy with the waiting in a hospital? On top of paying for the waiting room, you pay in a way for the waiting as well. But who does appreciate waiting in a hospital? Are you happy to pay for the waiting? No, of course not. This makes the distinction very clear. And what happens if you turn this around? And now we head on to the improvement part. If you get rid of the waiting at a hospital, you get rid of waiting rooms. Customer happy, hospital happy. What else could you wish for? And this is the way Lean thinking drives improvement. Get rid of the things customers don't value. While editing this video, I noticed there's something missing. Though the hospital example is a nice example, it doesn't really explain why people tend to have real difficulties relating to what is valuable for a customer. And while it's a beautiful day outside, why don't we take a walk and get into the why of the matter? While getting out here, a lot of clouds took over the sky. Some nosy swans here. I don't want to keep you waiting, so let's go on with this one. Actually, there was one example in particular I was thinking about, and it was around Christmas time. My wife was buying perfume for herself, and when she was at the store, she said, "I'm quite in a hurry, can I please pay for the perfume?" And the lady at the counter said, "It's Christmas time, do I have to gift wrap it for you as a present?" My wife said, no, I'm in a hurry." But the lady insisted. She said it's company policy to let nobody leave without a present for themselves, so I'm gonna gift wrap it for you. And my wife again said, "No, I'm in a hurry," and there was a waiting line behind her. They were all in a hurry because everybody was Christmas shopping. And the lady still insisted because of company policy. This is clearly an example where customer value, for my wife, in this case this was speed, is overlooked. She didn't care about the gift wrapping. And though it's a good idea, and generally for a perfume store, I understand that, in this case there was no customer value involved. Some good intentions and some bad outcomes when it concerns customer value. I stepped in some dog. Uh-oh. I have to get it off. Let's not step in it again. I'm getting attacked by dogs and walking dog. And these are not small dogs. I'll find another spot. There's one thing, and that is the line. You know why? Let me show you. Okay, there is the line, and I've got to wait behind the line. And over there, on the other side of the line is the counter. We all know these lines when there's privacy involved in a drugstore, at a bank or something like that. But it doesn't make sense. The person at the counter tells you to wait behind the line from his perspective. But for me as a customer, this place is not behind the line, but before the line. Behind the line would be this side.
Hallo.
Hallo.
Moet ik erover rijden?
Ja hoor. Before the line, behind the line. Because this is... Huh? This is strange. Even more strange is that as a customer we are so used to this, we ignore the fact that it's not from our perspective. We might even get confused when we get a signal, wait before the line goes, what, before? And in everyday life we are quite aware of the difference between before and behind, aren't we? And this is symbolic for the difficulty to really empathize from the perspective of the customer. The first thing you have to do is to be able to look through the eyes of the customer, to have the perspective of the customer, to get before the line and see what the customer sees and understand what the customer wants. And then you can get a grasp on customer value. Dat is toch mooi. Really, it's so beautiful out here. I don't know what I enjoy more. The lean adventure or these surroundings. Yeah, I guess I do know. New batteries for Melle.
Yeah. batterijtje voor mijn nieuw. Dankjewel papa voor mijn batterijen.
You know where the batteries have to go?